Gamesmaster Holiday Rig New Year Funkathon has just drawn to a close. The campers laughed, cried, quaffed and shared testosterone profiteroles. Andy Mauricio was there, inviting in the first footers of all shapes and sizes to come inside. So it is with very fragile countenances we welcome everybody's hair of the dog, the Gamesmaster.
Welcome onto the Games Resort. You'll have to pardon me if I seem a little out of sorts this evening. I think the festive season has left me a little the worse for wear. Anyway, tonight's first sortie is an Antipodean jaunt on Tasmania. To satisfy me, the Tasmanian devil needs to be guided through the second level of Badlands in under 2 minutes. Don't forget to whirl like a cyclone as... Confound it. Dash those blasted seagulls. Oh well, good luck then.
And tonight's Tasman Devil from the cheesy waste of Cheshire, please welcome Nick Kapoor. Now, Nick, how confident are you tonight on the challenge?
Oh, I'm fairly confident, but there's a very strict time limit, so I'm going to have to speed through.
Okay, and that car at the end's quite tough.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you all the best, Nick. If you'd like to prop yourself down on the games playing chair, we'll get ready to start. And aiding and abetting me for this challenge is Neil West from Mega. Welcome, Neil.
Thanks, Dominic. It's fab to be here.
Okay, Neil, now this is quite a tough challenge. He's got to complete both parts of Section 1 and wallop the end of level car. Any tips?
Yeah, there's a long way to go. All he's got to remember is that if he's spinning when he jumps, then he covers an awful lot more ground in a lot less time. So I'd recommend that. And don't eat bombs.
Okay then, Nick, are you ready?
Yeah.
Then your 2 minutes begin now.
Okay, he's off. Now, he's jumped straight over the first lot of chilies. I think that's probably a mistake. If he eats the chilies, it gives Taz fire breath with which he can take out baddies.
Okay, now he also walloped a little, he's walloping cartons.
Yeah, that's right. Now, that's okay. Those little cartons, those little capsules, they give him extra energy, but he's still got all his energy left, so he doesn't need them yet.
Okay,
but later on in the challenge, he might have to take some of those on board.
He's going at a feral pace. Oh, no, he's in the quicksand.
Yeah, all he's got to do is keep jumping and he's safe. Now, if he makes full use of his spin attack, then he doesn't actually have to get in the quicksand at all. He can miss all of it out.
Okay, then he's just over 30 seconds, just over a quarter of the way through, and he's doing very well, Neil. He's wrapped up the first bit in 37 seconds.
Yeah, he got past all those geezers with great style indeed. Just took the first one and then span all the way across.
But this is going to be a little bit tricky. Are we going to see some of the shortcuts you told us about?
If he jumps on top of this guy here, yep, straight up.
Nicely done.
That misses out a good, well, 20, 30 seconds worth of level, right?
Oh, that's chilies. He's got the chilies. Okay. Can we look at some bottom burps here?
Well, perhaps mouth burps, Dominic.
Okay. Okay, so we nearly had 1 minute there. He's still progressing at an immense...
Yeah, he's not doing too bad. Indeed. He's not doing too badly at all, right? One quick capsule there, his energy level goes straight back up to the top, and he earns an extra 100 points.
Okay, so here he goes. He is
And there we go.
Oh, thank you, Neil. Okay, yes, he's 1 minute
Almost as deadly as yours, Dominic, I'm sure.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, little burp there. Now he's got 40 seconds left here, Neil. How close is he to the end of the level?
Not too bad at all. The end of the level is almost in sight, but remember, he's got to get through the second and get to the car as well.
Sorry, Neil, Tasmanian's fiery breath even took me by surprise there. Okay, now he's going to have about 25 seconds left to wallop this car. Can he do it, Neil?
Yes, he can. Now, normally he could perhaps grab a bomb and throw it at the car, but he's not allowed to do that in the challenge. What he's got to do is time his jump so he...
Oh, no, he's been hit. He's took a hit.
Okay,
he's only got 15 seconds left.
Right, he's got to make sure he jumps on top of the car as it passes underneath him. He could...
10 seconds. It's going to be very close. 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 7. He's done it.
He's done it.
6 seconds to go, and Nick has completed the challenge.
Well.
Now, Nick, the chili was quite impressive there, but towards the end, you got a couple of wallops from the car there. Were you worried at all then?
Well, yeah, but I knew I could still do it.
Okay then, well, Nick, you have won television's most glittering prize, the Gamesmaster Golden Joystick! So let's have another round of applause for tonight's competitor, Nick Kapoor! And now it's time to see which games will whip you to a frenzy and which will leave you unstirred in the reviews. This week, it's everything from Milky Ways to Uranus as we study sci-fi games. First up, extraterrestrial gun-toting tomfoolery and a console bat with warp speed.
There are many words you could use to describe warp speed, but unfortunately, all of them have got 4 letters.
Too much emphasis on graphics, too much emphasis on, oh, look what the SNES can do, and very little on gameplay or longevity.
At the end of the day, I think that warp speed is a missed opportunity. There's plenty of scope and plenty of potential for a really excellent 3D space combat game on the Super NES. Unfortunately, this just ain't the one.
Next, the sequel to the definitive sci-fi game Elite 2 High Frontier.
Well, the freedom, again, is the main attraction of this game. You can be a ruthless pirate, killing everything and scavenging everything, or you can be a bum-licking merchant.
I was very impressed by Frontier. It's a huge game with a tremendous sense of realism, so I'd recommend it wholeheartedly to anyone.
By mixing a substantial amount of space trading and a lot of space shooting, Frontier manages to keep you coming back for more.
Finally, penetrate what looks like gaping galactic parliaments in Eye of the Storm.
Eye of the Storm puts you in the role of a futuristic Noah with a space freighter as your ark. The idea is to cruise around the planets searching out for undiscovered creatures and intergalactic flora.
Graphically, it's very sort of clever PC, you know, rotating 3D graphics, and the gameplay is enormous.
Ultimately, I think Eye of the Storm's appeal is limited, not because it's a small game, it's actually very large, but because all the things that you can do are not particularly that interesting.
A couple of veritable corkers there tonight. Now it's time for us to stride majestically onto the Celebrity Challenge. So let's see what Gamesmaster has planned.
For my second challenge, I thought we might indulge in a spot of soccer on Super Kickoff. 2 one-minute halves, if you please. Should the result be a tie, the matter will be resolved by a penalty shootout. I trust we'll all be treated to a display of the exemplary gamesmanship.
Now, young Tammy Edmead wrote to us saying she wanted to play this football game. But who could we put her up against? Well, we've put her up against one of the best. So please welcome Tammy Edmead, who's playing Arsenal and England striker Ian Wright. Now, Tammy, there may be a lot of people sitting at home, a lot of conservative people thinking, what's a girl doing playing a football game? But you play football yourself, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. I play for the Arsenal girls team.
Right, so you know about the players. What's your tactics going to be against Ian?
Just a lot of passing and a lot of attacking.
OK, then. Now, Ian, you are probably the most feared striker in the Premier League, but how are you going to get the ball to your front men?
I think I'm going to play the long ball game. If that don't work, then I'll have to wait to go to penalties.
OK, then. It looks like you're the pre-match favourite, slightly, Tammy. If you'd like to sit down in the right-hand chair, Ian in the left, and we'll get ready for kick-off. And joining me in the dugout is Dave Earlybath Perry from Sega Pro. Now, Dave, you're no stranger to scoring yourself. Have you got any tips for our players today?
Well, the difficulty with this game is mastering the dribbling because the ball doesn't actually stick to the player's feet. So with that in mind, it's often a good idea to just take a long shot and rely on a goalie's mistake. OK, so we've got 2 one-minute halves. Right, are our competitors ready? Then kick off. Please. Ian is playing in the Arsenal away strip, the yellow, playing up the pitch, and Tammy is in the red, playing down the pitch. And they just started to kick off, and that was a lovely little floating ball, but it's going to for a throw in. Straight into touch.
Straight into touch there.
Don't like the linesman. Kick a ball in.
They certainly don't. And the crowd have started cheering for their favourite here. It's a real tension-filled match, this. Oh, and here comes Tammy right to the pitch here. Oh no, Ian takes it back. Lovely little turn on the ball, but Tammy's got a real battle in midfield here. Tammy's had the most of the forward action.
It's definitely Tammy. She's definitely got more control. She plays a lot of football games at home.
Yeah, she's a lovely little dribbler, isn't she?
Wants getting long shots, getting no power on them though.
How can you get more power on your shots, Dave?
Good power, mainly by holding down the B button when you fire. You just get that little bit more power. And a quick stab does it.
OK, here comes Ian on the break. His man's giving away. His man follows him up. Oh!
Straight to the goalie. Like I said, it's often best to take a long shot rather than take it in near the goalie because these goalies are pretty good. Oh!
Oh no, but Ian's picked it up nicely. Ian's dribbling up number 2. What a brilliant display! He's up to the goal. Oh! But he gives it away. But Ian's picked it up again. Ian's dribbling up. He's at the outside of the box. He shoots.
Shot.
Oh!
wants to get too close to the goalie. Out he came. I tell you what, Ian's defenders make lovely strikers.
That's right. Oh, and it's half-time, and the score is 0-0. We're hoping to see much more goal-mouth action this half, so if our two competitors are ready, let's kick off the second half. Dave Perry from Sega Pro is still with me here. Dave, how are we going to see some goals this half?
I hope so. Scoring seems to be a real problem in English football at the moment.
Certainly is.
Maybe they'll draft in Warren Beatty or Prince Charles.
Okay. Okay, so we've got Ian is in the yellow
Straight
kit
back to the goalie
down,
again.
In the red kit playing up. Now here comes Ian Wright, he's got it, but he didn't get very far. Here comes Tammy again.
My money's on Tammy at the moment.
Oh no, but that's still not getting anywhere. Ian's got it. Oh my God! Foul by Tammy. Oh, Tammy's got a yellow card.
Yellow. Quite right too.
Free kick. Ian sends it mysteriously across the pitch, but it's picked up by his number 8. It certainly is really, really bad here. Okay, we've got number 4 again. Tammy coming up the pitch, but it's all Tammy number 4's got it. This ball gets everywhere.
Sprawling save.
That's the closest it comes out goal so far, Dave.
The goalie turned into a stretched blob.
Certainly did.
Brilliant.
Putty goalie there.
Here's number 2 again. Number 2 and number 4 for Tammy. Come on,
there's only 30 seconds left.
Number
Good
4.
to get a goal at the death of the
10
game.
and 4. There's several 10 and 4s in Tammy's side.
Ian picks it up again. He's running up. There's only 6 seconds left.
Number
Is he going to score in the end? He runs it up. He dribbles the goal and gets it. But just running out of time. The referee looks at his watch and he blows the final whistle. The game has ended in a 0-0 draw. So Dave, it's penalties. Unfortunately, this titanic midfield battle has ended in a 0-0 draw, so now we're going on to penalties. Each team has 5 penalties each. If it's still level at the end of it, it goes on to sudden death. So, Ian Wright, if you'd like to step up to take the first penalty. Okay, Dave, hopefully we're going to see a goal here. What's the control method on the
I'd like to think so. Basically, with penalties, what will happen is the players will step to the ball, there'll be an arrow in front of the goal, and you have to press the fire button just when that arrow's where you want to put the ball.
Oh, yes!
Beautiful. Right in the corner. Goal!
Okay. Oh, and Ian puts that one wide. The pressure's got him. That was a real Stuart Pearce stroke Chris Waddle combination. And here comes Tammy. She could take the lead here.
England important penalty kick.
Oh, yes! He's got Scottish goalie's disease. But he's put that one.
Little shuffle to the side.
So it's 2-1. This is Tammy's third one she's about to take now. Oh, you got 2 penalties each left. And it's 3-2 to Tammy.
He doesn't want to play. He wants to go home, doesn't he? I can't blame him.
No, Tammy's one doesn't want to go anywhere. Ian's got to score this one to stay in the game. That is a question. Ian shoots and scores. It's 4-4. Tammy's got 1 more left. If Tammy scores this one, she's won the challenge. So here comes Tammy. Tammy's man's at the ball. He shoots. It scores. Tammy wins the challenge.
Go.
Ian, you got the draw like you were hoping for. You went to penalties. But talk us through your goalkeeper. What was he doing?
I don't know. He wasn't moving when I was pressing him to move. I don't know what was wrong with him. But the way the game went, Tammy played a lot better than me. I think she deserved to win in the end.
Okay. So well done, Tammy. You beat him. Ian's one of your footballing heroes, isn't he?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Oh, that's good. Okay, well, Tammy, because you're beating Ian, you are the proud winner of television's most glittering prize, the Gamesmaster's Golden Joystick.